You have found the Titus Podcast Armageddon Update with hosts Christopher Titus, Rachel Bradley, and Ken Highland. And now, here's Christopher Titus with this week's Armageddon Update.
I'm Christopher Titus, people, and this is the Armageddon Update. And as the crazy in our government continues, I am speechless, honestly. It's actually so much that we here at the Update, we can't keep up. So we watch minute by minute as the most incompetent collection of boobs, morons, imbeciles, and frankly evil idiots continues to dismantle all we stand for in America. And we do our best here as we watch this crew of dipshits being told by our courts and our rule of law that all the crazy they're doing is illegal, including murdering people in tiny boats. At least one of them is getting regular naps at press conferences. Thank God for him. Night-night, Jabba. So, why are we here? Why would you even vote for a party that has done all it could to destroy the lives of normal Americans while taking those Americans' money, healthcare, and basic human rights while giving that money to people so rich they can't spend the money they already have in 100 lifetimes? Stupid. Hey, I just defined stupid. So let's go over what the Republicans have done in the last 40 years. Because that's why we're here. And because I don't have a month, this is just a partial list. Let's start basic. Minimum wage. The federal minimum wage has been at $7.25 since 2009. That's over 15 years. And the only people who voted no on raising your paycheck? Republicans. Every single one voted, fuck you, America. Democrats, every single one voted, hell yes. More education. Did you guys know that college used to cost $243 a year? All in. That's tuition, housing, everything. Equivalent to about $2,400 in today's money. And this was before the Republican Bob's Big Boy was president. Reagan said the government shouldn't, subsidize intellectual curiosity, and he cut the funding to schools. The Republican Party has continued to destroy education and stop even pre-K and preschool funding and kill the Department of Education. Kill it! Even to the point of defunding school lunch programs, because if they can keep you hungry, broke, stupid, and desperate, you'll blame the Mexicans.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
But the Mexicans don't pass laws and don't vote on your taxes. The Republicans you voted for did all of it. Look it up. One more. Unions. You know what America was actually great? The 50s and 60s. Do you know why? Unions! And basically free education. The 50s and 60s had 30 million union members. And you know what unions did? They made it so there was no minimum wage to fight over. You and your fellow workers negotiated to get paid a decent wage or you shut the company down. And you got benefits. But corporations hated that, so Republicans passed the Taft-Hartley Act, which Truman vetoed, and then Democrats helped the Republicans pass it. So now we have plenty of jobs at the grill or in the drive-thru. What can I get you today? But it's not a raise. Right to work means right to work at Burger King. So when I see a guy with no education because he's always made minimum wage, he has always had a shitty job, who has no bargaining power because there is no union and can't afford the baby his girlfriend just found out she's carrying, which she can't get rid of because the Republicans say they are pro-life while simultaneously being pro-school shooting. When I see that same guy in a MAGA hat blaming an immigrant Mexican who is in even a worse situation, I realize that although literally failing at everything to help Americans, the Republicans are amazing at bullshit. Open your eyes, people. I want you to succeed. I want your kids educated. I want you making good money for hard work. I want you to have life, liberty, and continue to pursue happiness. But facts are facts. If you're not a millionaire and you still vote Republican, you're kicking yourself in the balls. And guess what? You deserve it. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. You know, it's weird, man. We keep talking about, it's the fucking one thing. These guys, they just, the trans people are going to fucking get. No. This goes back fucking to the 50s and 60s where corporations wanted to say, hey, why are we paying people a fucking decent wage? How can these off workers get to buy houses? We can't control them. They can buy houses. Let's fuck them. How do we do that? I know. Let's pay off Congress. everybody. Christopher Titus Podcast. How are you? With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There could be anyone.
Today I got irritated. I am so tired of the weekly bullshit that we're dealing with in this country that I decided to go, why are we here? And I did some deep dive into a lot of it. And it's three basic elements. I think the three tenets of the destruction of America. And it started with Reagan. And what, the thing about it, like Nixon didn't want to fuck the country up. He just wanted to crime. Like Nixon wasn't about, Nixon was like, no, I'm going to do, he just wanted to crime. He didn't look down the road and go, all right, how do I ruin this?
Yeah.
Whereas Reagan looked down the road and went, oh, well, if we destroy education, well, if we make it so people,
you were going to do it.
People can't get a living wage, and well, if we destroy their health care, in a couple of years, we can elect Donald Trump.
And Nixon was just like a shoplifter. He was just getting in there.
I just want his piece. You wanted his piece. Get the fuck out. That's what.
I'm just going to steal some gum.
Titus used to do a Reagan impression.
He was still a bad
young
guy.
Titus when he started doing comedy.
I did
a Reagan impression,
and then I did Gorbachev too, and Reagan talking. I did.
Could we get just a little snippet of that, I did, just for funsies?
Well, the bit I did. Well, it wasn't really a impression. I did Clint Eastwood as president talking to Gorbachev.
Oh, you tripled down.
Oh, I hacked it up.
Clint Eastwood.
But just remember, I did it before.
Okay.
I did it before everybody was doing it. So I was like, then it became like everybody did, But well, I know what you're. Okay, now this is Clint Eastwood talking to the Russian. Because remember, we were on a daily basis hearing that they're going to drop nukes on us.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So we don't need Reagan. We need Clint. We need Clint Eastwood as president.
Okay.
Well, I know what you're thinking. So I can't even do it.
Do you need me to draw a marker on my bald head?
No.
Do it.
That's about it. That's the whole impression.
That's the whole discussion.
If you're listening to the
US
podcast,
have
you're missing out.
nuclear missiles or only 5? Well, to be honest, with all this arms buildup, I really don't know myself. But being these are Scud 2 missiles or whatever I said, and can blow your country clean off the map. It was like very young comic. Very young comic.
Last week when your sister Shannon was here, she was on the podcast for a moment. We had wine in the kitchen, and I asked her to do his Clint Eastwood in a nursing home because Clint Eastwood is old now. And he did the impression for her. They used to make grandma laugh, and she videoed it. And so now I have multiple videos
of me saying, I just made a boom boom. By the way, can I get someone to wipe me?
Also, he said he made a poopy.
He did not.
You as he. Anyway.
My medication is missing, but I have plenty of M&Ms left. So he got into the wrong thing. He thought he was eating M&Ms, and he was eating his medication. All right, everybody. We're moving on.
Okay.
So, if you looked at the tenets of how everything got broken down and where we are now, because the problem is, and I was just talking to Ken about this. You know what it feels like? It feels like we're standing in front of a baseball pitching machine that's on high, and no one's giving us a chance to get ready to take a swing. So that's what happened over the years. If they keep you desperate. So Reagan actually came in California. He started it. Education, and I was reading it today, just going, because I vaguely remember it, and then I was like, wait, education, it was like $234 a year for that was housing and everything. That was $2,400 a year.
Yeah,
$2,400. So you can finish college for $10,000,
subsidized
in today's money.
Yeah,
subsidized because the government paid for it. Because the government was looking at it and going, you know what? If we have an educated citizenry, if we actually everybody knows what they're doing, we're going to invent the new technology. We're going to lead the world in any kind of products. We're going to lead the world in research. We're going to lead the world in health. We're going to lead the world in curing diseases and the machines that we need for all that. We are going to lead the world
because the top tax rate was
90%.
Very high.
Yeah, 90%. Oh, but you had to make like $10 million a year. Okay, so Reagan came in California as governor and said, I'm going to kill that. And he made it, it was 10 times more expensive. He made it 10 times more expensive, which instantly does this. Takes out all the people that need the help and wipes them out. Then it makes the elites, which is very funny to me because the Republicans have done this over the years. And we were talking about how the Orwellian phrasing they use. Yep. Like they basically said, Reagan, by the way, this is a quote from Reagan. This is why he stopped education. You ready? Because the state should not fund intellectual curiosity. This is how we sold it to everybody. And this is when you start to realize how stupid we really are, because, and when you phrase things in an Orwellian manner, what ends up happening is we go, yeah, the state should not fund intellectual curiosity. Yeah, the state shouldn't. Wait, what?
Frame it as something just wasteful. Intellectual curiosity, as if everyone is going to college for philosophy or.
But even if they do,
but that's national security, right?
Yeah, right. I always say national security, but I read the Stoics, and the Stoics. When you read the Stoics, they're philosophers, right? But everything they say applies to everything else in my life. So my job, what I do, how I stay in shape, my health, abusing yourself. It all makes sense of why wouldn't you want to have intellectual curiosity? And by the way, intellectual curiosity is also like, why do people get cancer? I don't know. Let's look into that.
Yeah, science.
That's intellectual curiosity.
Isn't that the definition of science?
Wow, you just defined science. So we have that. So and people bought it. People are like, yeah, why should we be funding that shit? Well, so your kids actually have a job that they can take care of you when you're in a home, and that you can live with them because they're doing well. So when Reagan started killing it in California, and there was, and I keep reading about this guy, there was a guy that was on his staff that worked with him and said, an educated proletariat is hard to control. And the 60s showed us that. All the people in power watched the 60s, watch riots. They watched Martin Luther King, they watched the civil rights, and they were like, fuck, we can't educate people. Why? Because then they want what they want. Yep. Right. They want to be treated fairly. If you educate people, they want to be treated fairly. We can't have that. Yep. We're corporate America. Right. So then Reagan came into power as president, did the same thing. He tried, Reagan was, we keep thinking that ending the Department of Education was these last couple administrations. It was Reagan started it. Yeah. Reagan tried to end the Department of Education. So they're hacks too. Now, then they cut school lunches. They cut pre-K funding. They cut basically preschool funding for kids and food.
Bus tires. They're just.
He actually campaigned against the Department of Education in his first State of the Union address. Reagan, same.
Yeah. So when you look at it and you go, okay, so this didn't start. What's happening now in our country did not happen this time. We just have the dumbest, loudest guy now. Right. It started with Reagan. This, and by the way, if you already go back to, okay, so that's education number one. So now education costs $100,000 to get a decent education. We're lucky in California because they do subsidize it quite a bit, and our son is in college. It still costs, but it's not. It's not crazy. But if I was working with a minimum wage job, it sure as fuck would.
It's been made prohibitively. Like you can't go. Right. Make it so expensive that people just be like, that's too, I can't, that's your whole life. You have to pay that off.
There's a new narrative about it. Like, do you really need college? I was listening to MSNBC when they're going, they're talking about that, there's studies that come out. Do people really need college? What that does is it keeps people, it'll always keep the classes. It'll keep the $7 an hour class here doing the shitty jobs forever. Now, and then the powers that be go, it's not your fault they have shitty job. It's those Mexican guys over there. Yet the Mexican guy just came across the border and he's in a way worse position than you're in. That guy's like, I can't even get minimum wage because I'm not legal. I get paid $4 an hour, and that's, I pray to God at the end of at the construction, the guy pays me at the end of the day. So there you got that. So once you set that up, now I started looking at it today and was writing Armageddon. I was like, it started to. I kept hearing Carlin in my head going, it's a big club and you ain't in it. I just the more I read, the more I was like, wait, this has been going on for 40 fucking years.
He couldn't do it because Congress would not agree. Imagine a president listening to what Congress says. But
what is this Congress thing you talk about? What is that?
He did make budget and policy changes that we still deal with.
Okay, so
he cut funding and consolidated programs into block grants, which gave states more control over how the money was spent.
Wow.
Years later, he said he no longer recommended closing the department. What?
So what he said it was up to. So here's another dumb thing he said. And again, Reagan wasn't doing it because he thought it was a good idea. He was doing it because all his rich friends and all the rich corporations, they don't need you smart. They need you stupid.
Mm-hmm.
They need you stupid to work the drive-thru. They need you stupid to flip the burgers. They need you stupid to dig the ditches. They need you stupid.
They already got there. They already, like we were talking about even before this, about that generation. They were able to, in the 50s and 60s, they were able to, as long as you didn't gamble or drink your money away, just save up a summer of work and you could buy a house, right?
Well, listen, I can give you an example of this.
Oh, yeah, that's over now.
That whole generation, right before Reagan took over, they all were able to buy their houses and build their wealth after that.
Yep.
And now that entire generation looks at the Gen X, the Gen Z, all these other us as, oh, you can't buy a house? Well, that's a you problem. You must have been lazy.
Right. But so I can back this up. Grandpa Titus, my grandpa Aaron Titus, he was a welder. Mm-hmm. He bought a house in Fremont. He had 4 children, 4 children and a wife. She was a nurse.
Yep.
They had a cabin that they built up at Clear Lake and a boat. Yeah. And he was a welder. Yeah. He's a fucking welder.
Okay.
And my Kathy went to college.
Talk about your dad's house and then tell him how much he made a year.
My dad bought a house when I was about 10, 44 grand. In that house today in Silicon Valley is worth about 1.7, but he made about 28 grand a year.
And left a home to his children.
Yep.
At $28,000 a year.
Yep.
Yeah. My dad worked at a gas station. So welders make good money, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
But the same thing. He was able to buy a 5-bedroom house. He had 6 kids.
Working at a gas station.
Working at a motherfucking gas station.
So now we're going to give that. This leads exactly into what you want to do the ad now?
This episode brought to you by Aura Frame. This is a new advertiser that we absolutely love. And we love it for right now because this is the best gift to give someone. It takes all the stress and guesswork out of a personal, meaningful, nice, but affordable gift. So
I got 2 things from it. So Aura is basically it's beautifully designed. You sit it up. It's basically a frame that has all your pictures. Because you ever notice with your phone, like every once in a while you'll go through your pictures and you're like, oh, this one. Yeah. Remember when we were happy? This one, you can actually do folders on your phone and you can actually, it'll attach to this and you can run like Christmas. Let's say you have that aunt that you don't really see often. Mm-hmm. You make sure you load up some pictures of her. And, oh yeah, your picture's in there. And it flips through.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. But also if someone in your family pisses you off, delete the fuck, as Carlin said.
Or give it as a gift, and I think it's great to preload it. Can we say what you're going to do? They don't listen, do they?
Idea. Who's they?
The idea that you had to give this gift?
Yeah. I'm going to, well, it's what you just described. Right? I'm going to preload it with some of my son's, baby pictures and things like that, and then give it to my ex because she loves framing pictures and candles.
How personal is that, and how much will someone love that?
And also, how many relatives do I like? What do I get my aunt so and so? What do I get? My mom, and you give her you get your mom this, and you preload 100 pictures of you growing up.
It also plays videos up to 30 seconds.
It'll play videos up to 30 seconds. I didn't know that. I was reading the thing
unlimited free photos and video. You just download the Aura app, connect to Wi-Fi. You can preload photos and videos before it ships. What?
Wyatt and I.
It could be wrapped. I didn't know this.
You can keep adding to it from anywhere, anytime. This is technology, kids.
Here's what I will say. Do not just randomly connect your phone and don't check what you got on your phone.
Whose penis is that? God damn it.
And the gift box is included. But yes, be very careful. That's why the app is important. You select what goes into a folder. That app. Although yours wouldn't be penises. Yours would be all the crazy shit you guys look up for the Armageddon
all the weird graphics and stuff we have Armageddon. Why do you have all these Nazi articles? Well, there was a thing with Hegseth and I was comparing the tattoos. And
why are these ice guys in here? What is this?
You can invite family and friends also with the Aura app. No memory cards, no fees. I think that's cool. You can collaborate like that. You can see it. It's got an auto dimmer, smart crop, but you can see it from anywhere because it's got 89-degree viewing. So crystal clear so it's, like
Yep.
The
sometimes.
old thing, like you could only see it dead on if the
Right.
window shade
Right.
was closed. I love this idea. And to anyone that is in my family, I'm sorry, you now know what you're getting for Christmas. But I'm kidding. You guys don't listen to what I do. But I just think this is such a sweet, long time,
Aunt Kathy.
memorable gift. Yes,
Aunt
that
Kathy's
people will
perfect.
absolutely
Upload
love.
it with all the stuff of you and that person, and then and I didn't. I just didn't. I
Aunt
didn't.
Kathy will die.
I didn't know you could preload it, send them a gift, they open it, and all their pictures are already on it. That's a little scary. They go, wait, how do they know it's me?
So now you know what to get. Their most popular one is called the Carver mat. It's the most popular frame. It's a 10.1 inch display. And then you can customize it with the matte color and all. I just think go to their website, check out your choices. But for a limited time, save on the perfect gift. Go to auraframes.com. You'll get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frame, the one I was just talking about. That was actually named #1 by Wirecutter. All you have to do is use promo code Titus at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code Titus. This deal is exclusive for you guys. And these frames, I will tell you, sell out very quickly at Christmas time
Very
every
well.
year. So order it now so that you can get it in time for the holidays. And at the end, where'd you hear about Aura Frames? Titus podcast.
Very well built too. I also want to point out that you can stop a lot of family fights with it if you put all the pictures, because people make up shit all the time in your family.
Yep.
Well, if they got a constant thing that's showing pictures of how great you are and all the fun times you had together, eventually they'll be like, okay.
Yeah, we never went there.
I can't make, you did. Fucking we're trying to fight
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
I love that you and I are always trying to think of ways to make our family love us. Maybe it'll be Aura Frames that does it.
I'm also going to load up some of my pictures of me in my best life. Be like, I'm living.
I'm fine without you.
I don't need it. Enjoy your gift. Happy Christmas. So I want to talk about, now let's talk about, so education is taken care of. So now without education, you can't get a better job. So what ends up happening is that, and
Can
people
I ask a quick question
Yep.
before you leave education? Did you talk about the careers that they just downgraded?
that's crazy. No, let's go to that. That's crazy.
You may
So
notice that they're predominantly female
Yeah,
jobs.
and nurses, you're not a professional anymore. I'm sorry, what? You're going to stick it. You're trying to find a vein with a needle. You're not a professional. They actually took it. They took it off the list for education.
Yeah.
And that cuts off their funding for
Yes.
to get
Makes
like
it hard.
loans,
Education.
state.
So they're even taking down education even further. And who's doing it? Is it the Democrats doing it?
No,
It's
not. For example, nursing is not a professional degree
anymore.
So now new limits on loans. And we don't need nurses, do we? No, because there's no diseases going around as far as
Well,
we
it's not
know.
that. There's just no health care.
just get like 50 MRIs.
By the way, the quicker they kill us, you guys, I've been saying this for years. The Republicans are trying to kill us. Now, here's more proof of it. They don't want you educated. And just so you know, people, look it up. We are not libtarding this up today. These are facts. The Republicans have voted against education for 50 years. Now let's go.
Nursing, physical therapy, PAs, audiology, social work, of course. Because why do we need social workers? I deal with those people almost every day.
Yeah, those kids don't need help.
Architecture and accounting.
Architecture?
Yeah.
You mean Bill? Don't we want the guy? Wait, I want a guy. I want an engineer. What the fuck?
Have you seen the White House?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
We don't need
Accounting.
architecture.
Yeah, you can.
They're
Yeah,
down.
we can already see what architecture
Accounting.
is. Accounting.
Special education, secondary education, music education, public health,
These aren't professionals.
engineering, counseling, therapy
Wow,
programs.
I'm sorry,
Wait.
engineering? You mean the shit that makes everything work? That's not professional anymore? So okay, and just so you know, people, again, I'm going to say this. This is Republicans. Now, so Republicans hate education. They want you stupid so you can be a low-level worker. That's number one. So if you're making a minimum wage and you're pissed at the Mexican down the street, you're an idiot. So number two, now let's go to this. Unions. So when we had the unions, they used to make, in the 50s and 60s, unions made it so people got a living wage. Kathy, my Aunt Kathy she drove a forklift at General Motors. She was making 70 with benefits, $70 an hour, whatever it was at the time. She bought a house in Fremont.
Yep.
The beautiful house.
Yep.
She lived a great life. She had a car, everything. She lived a decent life. Now, General Motors did fine.
Yep.
And everyone got paid at General Motors that money. And General Motors made a lot of money. General Motors did great. They then busted the unions. Now, I don't know if the auto workers union still, I think the UAW is still pretty strong. But whether it's Starbucks or whether it's anything, they don't want you in a union. Now, why would they not want you in a union? Well, because then you have power over the corporation. So if they keep you guys separate, they actually pay people different wages. Nobody knows what they're getting paid. Guess what happens? They get to run everybody and flip over into new shitty employees all the time. However, if you guys can get it together and we can all come together and go, none of us are showing up to work on Tuesday. None of us. Your business closes. Guess what happens? They have to sit down and negotiate a decent wage.
They don't want to do that.
They don't want to do it. So what they did was they actually hired union busting consultants. Corporations had union busting consultants.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, if someone tried to organize a union, this happened at Starbucks, they got fired.
Yeah.
They got fired. And this goes all the way back to the 50s. In 1947, they passed a thing called the Taft-Hartley, which was the right to work. They want you the right to work. So wait. We all have the right to work. Why would you Orwellingly call it the right to work? Because unions, I get the right to work too, but I also get the right to get paid for my
get
work.
right to work.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
That's what it means. That's right. Get right to work, goddamn. Shut up. Don't talk to anybody. Right to work.
Yeah.
That's way better. So, and now, and
It
again,
was a labor law that amended the Wagner Act to restrict the power of labor unions.
and who tried to veto it? But then some
union restrictions, national emergency strikes, right to work laws. It gave employee rights and political and legal aspects because it required union leaders to swear they were not communists and restricted union political activities. It also provided health, welfare, and pension benefits.
government, right? Social Security.
Taft-Hartley trusts. These were
Truman-
key parts of the Taft-Hartley Act.
But Truman tried to kill this. He said it was slavery. He said it's equivalent to slavery. Was it Truman?
Let's see. I think you're right. He vetoed the Taft-Hartley Act in 1947, but Congress overrode his veto and made it law. He called it a shocking piece of legislation and dangerous intrusion on free speech.
So basically, he said you can join a union, but you have to shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. So what they could do was, let's say, because what they thought you were doing was what they framed it as, and this is the Republicans always do this. They always frame it as what you're doing is evil. It's not for Americans. It's not, you're not helping anybody. It's evil. So what they did was they said, all right, guys, listen, we're working the sweatshop. We're getting our asses handed to us. The machines. We've killed 3 people. Look at how many one-armed guys we have. It's too many one-armed guys. Our percentage of one-armed guys and one-legged guys is too high. We need to fix this. And everybody, hands up. Sorry, bad call.
A round of applause. Oh.
Are you guys fired up? Yeah. Sorry. So again. So basically, they sometimes they didn't just unionize for money. They unionized because like we're breathing asbestos. We're fucking the machines are killing people. Right. There's a 13-year-old working here. It was protect the workers. So it was just listen. Nobody is upset in America about a corporation making money. None of us are. We all want to make money. Agreed. Mm-hmm. However, we don't want to kill people doing it. You know, if I was even times I'll work on the car in here and Ken will come in the next morning and he's like, fuck, all the doors are open because I didn't clear it out enough. You know, I'm killing you. I don't want to kill you. Yeah. I don't come in and go, close those fucking doors. Breathe that shit.
Are you trying to kill me in here?
Exactly. He said that one day.
Well, that's because he almost did try to kill you and you got so mad. Now he thinks about it.
Oh, yeah.
You formed your own union.
Oh, the paint thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Union of one. Ken's like, I ain't coming in. Fuck, the union turned on me. How many people in the union? Ken?
It stopped my whole workforce.
How many days since Ken has fumes? 0.
Paint fumes 0. So here's what they did. So they basically framed it as you're a communist. If you try to organize, that's what the communists do. If you try to get everybody together, you're a communist. Well, that's not what communism means, number one, but okay. So they framed it as that evil. So that started changing unions. Now, in the 50s and 60s, like you said, the welders union, they had people could afford shit because they had someone backing them up. We are now in a situation where there is no unions. They're trying to break it up. Starbucks is breaking up their unions. Did they get unionized? Did I read they get unionized? Starbucks unionized?
I know that they were fighting.
They were fighting it.
Hold please with my computer. Starbucks union says strike is the longest in company history. So
Is it still going on?
I would say that it is. Yeah, that's today. They're out there. No contract, no coffee. That's what the sign says. They need some pitch sessions.
I'm not going.
We got one good corporation that's fighting the good fight. Thanks, Costco.
2,500
Costco,
baristas from more than 120 stores in 85 cities are part of the strike as of today.
Here's the problem with that. When you had a skilled job, not the saying being a barista is not skilled, although sometimes, look, 7 out of 10 times I get the right
I
coffee.
think that's skill. You have to go through training.
Yeah, but 7 out of 10 I get the right cup of
We
coffee.
apologize for him.
I don't apologize. I'm
I
like,
know. I apologize for that too.
okay. Okay. So, all right. Wait, what? So, when you get a nurse, something that has to be so fucking perfect that people die, or so fucking perfect that the car wrecks, or so perfect the bridge fails, those jobs are so highly trained that when those people get together in a union, they can basically make the company do what they want. Mm-hmm. Well, the company doesn't want that. Also, they're hard to retrain a bunch of people. Starbucks, you can get a bunch of other people in and train them in like a week, right? That's what I'm saying. I wasn't saying that Starbucks aren't trained. I'm saying that it takes years to learn how to become a good welder. It takes years to know how to build a car. It takes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So when you kill the ability for people to go to join a union, you kill their ability to organize, which means the people that run the company get to pay you what they fucking want to pay you. Now, it doesn't matter how skilled you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. So once they killed unions, that brought the pay down even lower. Then they did NAFTA. Now, people always say Clinton signed NAFTA. That is true. Clinton did sign it. However, did you know NAFTA was on the table, that Reagan brought it up and he ran on it in 1979? Then
I know that Reagan ran on Make America Great Again.
They started, so did Hitler. They actually started, so they started negotiating with Canada during Reagan's term for a free trade agreement. Then Mexico wanted to get involved. Mexico got involved during H.W. Bush's term. So
Reagan laid the groundwork for NAFTA.
Right,
he proposed it in 79 and then negotiated the U.S.-Canada Free Trade Agreement in 88. Mm-hmm. He did not sign NAFTA.
Nope.
But it was his foundation upon which HW and leaders from Canada and Mexico built the final agreement.
Well, here's what happened though. So then Clinton comes in, right? Now this agreement's been negotiated with 3 different countries for a decade at this point. So Clinton just can't fucking piss on it. He can't just cancel it, which Trump would do.
Yes.
So what Clinton does is he has everybody analyzing and adds 2 more provisions, one for workers and one for the environment, which is what a Democrat do. Then Clinton did sign it, but it was a decade long in the making. So when people go, Clinton signed NAFTA, I go, yeah, but Clinton's the only one that put in something that protected workers and the environment.
Well, 94, it went into effect, and Reagan first proposed
in 79.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 15 years.
Yeah.
So it was a 15-year agreement, and here's what I love about this part. When you look back on our country and Congress, Clinton could have just motherfucked it. He could have just said, nope.
Yeah.
Instead, he was like, all right, this has been going on for a long time. Obviously, this many people want it. Let's make it so it's going to handle everybody. Yep. And he did it. So although Clinton did sign it, he didn't do any of the foundational work on it. And he's the only one that added things that protected workers and the environment. I just want to point that out. So Democrat, by the way, Republicans, again, fucked us. Now, NAFTA fucked us. It was Reagan's idea. NAFTA started negotiated by Republicans. NAFTA cost us how many jobs and cost us so much. Now, people go, well, yeah, China, because of NAFTA, China. No. China was not part of NAFTA. It was just Mexico, Canada, us, and then England got involved. No, but somebody
said in their special, now our kids are sucking lead paint off of toys made in Beijing.
I did say that. That was me. I like to retract that joke.
Okay.
So,
this episode brought to you by Square. Things that you don't need to retract and you don't have to subtract, because Square does it all for you. Our tiny business actually wholly relies on Square. That's why I love that they're partnering with us for this podcast. Square powers like 80% of the places I've been shopping in the last weekend for Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
All this, some of the merch we saw on the road.
Like point of sale.
Mm-hmm.
Revolutionized it because you could do it anywhere.
You basically became your own business in your pocket all the time.
Yeah,
and to
like
sell
you
what
didn't
you want
have
to sell.
to say, send a check in 3 easy payments to this P.O. box. You can actually get people's money right there. They sign it. They can send themselves a receipt. It's like, it revolutionized our merch sales.
I blame Square for traffic during the day.
Why?
Because everybody has their own business now. Because Square made it so you don't have
Good
to go
point.
work for a company. You can actually, I print these T-shirts that I'm genius at. I sell, 500 a week. I make this much money. I have my own business now. I get to drive whenever. So Square is responsible for traffic.
Right.
However, but we all have our own business now, which is great.
The girl that does my hair uses it.
Mm-hmm.
When Jen does her street fair market, all of those vendors use Square. I go around and buy a little from each person to support it. Every one of them uses Square. Square isn't just point of sale, though. They have hardware that works in person and on the go. They have software for managing staff for your business, marketing, consumer insights. We use it for payroll. Ken gets paid through Square.
Yep.
And it then does all of our taxes for us, our employee taxes, and it files them for us. We don't even know when it's happening. They just send us the email and say, here's what just happened. You're welcome. And we're like, day. So Square helps us in that way. Also, banking tools. They have Square checking so that you can get paid instantly. If you are a small business or any size business, you need Square. And it's such a reliable, good company, great customer service. We have never in how many years have
15 years at least?
Yeah. Have we ever called, complained, lost money, had an issue?
No, you mean they do what they say they're doing? That is rare. That is like, I had two things happen. You're right. We never have. And I thought, yeah, but that's what you're supposed to do. How come other companies don't do that?
Never an outage? Nothing.
Sellers using Square checking save about 44 hours a month by avoiding deposit delays. And that helps us too. The money goes in instantly. And you're not waiting. Things aren't clearing. It's instant for you. So if you're starting a business or you're running one that just deserves better tools, Square helps you sell, manage, and grow without slowing down. Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware if you just go to square.com/go/Titus. That's SQUARE.com/GO/Titus. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today.
All right, so we've covered education. So the Republicans destroyed education to keep people stupid. Yes.
Yes.
To the point where they actually cut food to students, so kids don't get lunch anymore.
That's insane.
So right. So now, not only are you not getting a decent education, you don't have the ability to learn because you're hungry. So that's what the Republicans did. Now I want to point something out about this. I'm not when you both sides people are full of shit because I went through and looked at the voting. On the education thing, it's 100% Democrats voted to keep education going and 100% Republicans voted against it. I don't understand the thought of that because that's voting against children. You're actually voting against and the future of the country.
Yeah.
As I always say, national security, technological security, product security, medical security, everything. When you fucking kill education, you kill people. Down the road. So there's that. Now we go to, they killed unions, which means you not make money. Now, how'd they get that going? Well, they said you were a communist if you joined a union. So you're like, I don't want to be a communist. Then they were like, now they can't say that anymore. So now they're saying, it's the Mexicans' fault why you're not making money. It's not. Looked it up. Guess what? Minimum wage has been $7.25 since 2009.
Federal.
Yes. Guess who voted against it? 100% of the Republicans voted against raising it. 100% of Democrats voted to raise it and connect it to the price. What are the
Consumer Price Index?
Yes, connected to the Consumer Price Index. So it had to go up. So 100% of Republicans have voted to keep you poor as fuck. 100% of Republicans have voted to keep you basically uneducated as fuck, so you can stay poor as fuck. And now let's go to the last one. These are the three tenets that I think have destroyed the country. And I tracked it today. It's all based 100% in the Republican Party. healthcare. So the Democrats have been fighting for healthcare forever. Now, if you have your health, you're rich. You're just rich. If you're healthy, you're rich. Also, guess what you can do? You can go to school and learn. You can also go to work and make more money. That's what you can do. But if you don't have your health and you have to pay for your health, you will end up dying broke, bankrupt, and owning nothing.
Dying faster.
I did just want to back you up. Historically, any minimum wage increases have happened under Democrats. I thought this was interesting. There are exceptions as far as like party lines crossing over. Josh Hawley introduced a bill to raise the federal minimum wage to $15. Josh Hawley, Nazi salute guy, January 6th, run like a biatch.
He's scared out of his mind.
I think he was doing, that was a bullshit thing that he was doing. He was doing it for his constituents.
Yes.
Knowing, he did it knowing that it wasn't going to go. Yeah, so he was just making it
political move,
appealing to his people. Be like, see, I fought for you. He knew it wasn't going to go.
And if you can track this, Josh Hawley didn't have a bunch of meetings. He didn't wrangle Republicans together. He didn't get 60 guys to vote on it. He didn't fight for it. He just introduced the bill. Mm-hmm. What is this for? Well, so when I campaign in a year, we can do it. The difference is all the Democrats voted for it. None of the Republicans did.
Except for, so you're right.
When?
Historically, federal minimum wage increases have occurred when Democrats controlled Congress, except for 21. And I was thinking, I know who that was. A couple of moderate Democrats and nearly all Republicans. You know who it was. Yes.
Manchin and Sinema.
Yes. Do you remember how they clogged everything up for several years?
Well, now we got Fetterman. Why is there always a Fetterman? Or a Manchin. There's always got to be, it's obviously Fetterman was lied to us. He didn't stand for shit.
Fetterman, he was back in the hospital again.
Yeah, he fell down. And by the way, he's not Nancy Pelosi. He's not 95.
I'm sorry.
He's not Dianne Feinstein.
But, I agree with I 100% support getting help, medication, checking into a facility if you have mental health issues. I do not agree with you running for Congress.
Agreed.
Without dealing with those issues and then checking into the hospital for 9 months right after you start getting your paycheck. That I don't understand. And he's kind of like, he's become a pseudo Trump supporter at times too.
Yeah, I think he always was. I think it was. Yeah. I think
he needs to go.
Yes,
that's what happens when.
And yet we're paying you. Get some pants made.
Get some pants.
We know you're big.
By the way, that should just be the number one rule in Congress: pants. Like I'd be fine with just literally just start there.
Well, when he's in and out of the ER, I mean, you want to be comfortable, right?
Well, that's true. He is in bed all the time. Yeah. So. He was back in, did you know that he went to Harvard? Who knew? He was back in the hospital. Oh, he's written a memoir so he can make more money about his mental health and his disagreements with his party. Oh, that's nice. He documented it. Did you hear me?
I did hear you. Which is fine because he can't.
Don't buy it. I'm not advertising it.
Just like another grifter.
You know everything you need to know.
So, healthcare. Republican Congress have opposed basic creation of, they opposed Medicare and Medicaid in 65. Okay, they did that. They basically was signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson, and the vote tally show a clear partisan divide. House of Representatives bill passed with 237 Democrats, 70 Republicans voting yea, 48 Democrats, and 68 voted nay. Basically in the Senate, too. Same in the Senate. So Republicans are against healthcare. Why? Now, people, we got to talk about this because the rest of the world has healthcare. When my sister sat here and told us exactly how healthcare works in Sweden, they don't wait any longer. Okay, you see, I don't want to wait for months. Yeah, you do. You have to wait here for months. We tried to get to raise some tests. They were like, when's the next one? March.
Yeah.
What? 2028?
Yeah.
Oh, and forget about getting your results to an MRI.
Holy shit.
I got an MRI of my brain and 2 weeks later was still trying to chase down the results.
Yeah, and they were irritated that you were asking for it. That's the funny part is they were like, we'll get to you when we get to you. It's my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my fucking brain. What are
I'm
you
about
talking
to run for Senate. I can't think straight.
And I'm against the guy. So now they always want to cut it. Medicaid cuts. Numerous GOP budgets and legislative proposals have aimed to cut billions or trillions of dollars from Medicaid spending. They did it again this year with the big, beautiful bill. Republicans have also proposed the various changes to Medicare, including measures and some analysis indicate would lead to significant cuts in funding.
It includes approximately $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid and over $500 billion in cuts to Medicare, both of which were to help finance his tax cuts for the rich and other contemporaneous spending. I do want to also point out that they said repeatedly they were not going to do either.
No, we're not going to cut. And now they're going to Social Security.
These are projected to cause millions of Americans to lose their health insurance coverage and face higher medical costs.
17 million. 17 million people will use their health care coverage. Now, Ray and I pay an insane amount of health care for her and I every month. It's insane.
It's insane.
To the point where we started to, like, all of a sudden we got our friends together. We got kind of a heist thing going on. How do we figure out how to get healthcare paid for? All these problems I'm bringing up, and I looked it up today because I want to see why we're here, have 100% to do with the Republicans. The Republicans don't want you healthy. They don't want you smart, and they want to keep you poor. They voted against your pay raises. They voted against your health care, and they voted against you and your children being educated so you can pull yourself up out of the shitty fucking place the Republicans have left you in. So when you vote Republican and you're mad at someone who's trans, or you're mad at a Hispanic immigrant, they don't make the fucking laws. They don't write the rules. They don't go promote. They don't run for election, and they sure as fuck don't vote on it. They are trying to survive like you. Go ahead, Ray.
We'll get back to healthcare, but first, a word from our sponsor, AG1. AG1.
You want to know how I can keep going like this? Do you don't want to know
Daily
my brain
health
works?
Drink combines your multivitamin, pre and probiotics, superfoods, antioxidants into one simple green scoop.
And that's why I continue to talk like this, and my brain continues to work, because I do AG1. I do AG1, then I do a little bit of lemon juice, then I put a scoop
Those are,
of
by
protein.
the way, not scientific. Those are his opinions.
I know. I just make it. It already tastes good, but man, then I put a little collagen in it, and you have this drink.
I do a concoction.
Before, with the green drinks, the old green drinks, you were like, you could only have the green drink because you're like, oh, this is going to taste horrible. And AG1 tastes good. So I can put a couple of chocolate scoop in it of this and this and that.
It is really good.
It's really good.
It's good with chocolate.
I'm always surprised.
I mix it with chocolate zero carb protein powder.
Yep.
Chocolate colostrum, which is the workout fitness version, and the regular colostrum, and the D3K2 drop, and
you're covered.
Collagen. Oh, and creatine. That's my new super drink. And I shake it up and I'm done. I don't have to open the cabinet with all those expensive supplements in it. We don't have one anymore.
Or get hit in the head with all the bottles falling out when you open it.
Yeah, and then you're not peeing it out instantly. Your pee is not any color other than what it usually is. It's not putrous. What's that?
Putrid?
Putrid green. Why could I not think of that word? Putrid green. Supports my immune health. Noticeably this is my view. 100% has changed digestion. 100%, which is why the guy actually created it, because he had gut issues. I don't have to spend $120 a month on my probiotics anymore. It's all in there. Right. I get the fiber. I get magnesium. I get whole food source superfoods. I couldn't eat that much kale and broccoli every day, and they do it for me.
Even if it didn't taste great, I would still do it and drink it because of how great it is.
It does.
But also,
and now they have flavors, which is crazy, because I'm like, but that one tastes so good.
But also, in less than an hour after, I feel calmer. I just feel everything kind of mellows out. That acid feeling I get from coffee in the morning, we don't have enough water. It goes away. The guy that invented it for gut health, which I love, because it wasn't some corporation going, how do we throw all this together and make something good? Yeah. There was a guy like, I'm sick, I'm going to fix it. He fixed it, and then he sold it. I love that guy.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
All about that you just said about that guy. We like that guy.
I was reading something. Sorry.
I know. Can we also really quickly talk about AGZ, which is not on this, but I just have to tell you guys, AGZ has become my comfort nighttime ritual. So I do this in the morning and AGZ at night. It is the first thing that actually does help me sleep.
Yep. And you're the worst.
I am the worst. And I will tell you, I did not have it last night.
Thought that
And
this
last
morning,
night I did not sleep.
See, when she doesn't sleep, I wake up too and sleep. And so,
I didn't
and
do
I
that.
thought, yes, you did. And
No,
I
I
thought, yes,
didn't.
you did.
No.
And I thought, yes, you did.
He's
and
a liar.
Yes, no, I'm not. And,
R2.
and then I thought, I didn't want to bring it up because you were, you didn't sleep. When
I
you're not,
didn't
when you,
drink
and
it
when
last
nobody sleeps, I was going to bring up, did you have AGZ? And I didn't bring it up because I didn't want to get scolded.
You guys, it actually works.
Yep.
And we have
Knocks me out.
We have the chocolate one, but I just ordered chocolate mint. They have chocolate mint. I know. And a berry one. I want chocolate though, because it is like my nighttime
It's like
healthy
hot chocolate at night
hot
when you go to
chocolate.
bed. It's awesome.
That's what Kenny said both nights. She spent the night, can I get one of my healthy hot chocolates for bed? And I'd bring it to her in bed, princess. So AG1 has their best offer ever in time for Christmas. This is a great Christmas gift that will come to them every month, and they will think of you every month. It will keep on giving. If you go to drinkag1.com/Titus, you'll get their whole welcome kit, a morning person hat. That is not a hat for me. A bottle of vitamin D3K2, an AG1 flavor sampler, and you get to try the new sleep supplement AGZ for free, which has been a game changer, obviously, for my sleep routine. That's drinkag1.com/Titus for $126 in free gifts for new subscribers. That's crazy. I just want to say that again really quickly.
Yeah, we love this.
This is the holiday situation that's going to go away. You get that whole welcome kit. You need to go look at it. It's a really nice box. It's got the bottle and the metal thingy, and it's crazy. And then you get a hat that says morning person, and which you could totally gift to someone separately. And the bottle of D3K2 that you drop in, and an AG1 flavor sampler, and you get to try AGZ all for free. I'm just saying, drinkag1.com/Titus.
This is one of those products that we're not just saying because they advertise with us. Guys, if you want to feel better, live better, sleep better, this is a great company. I want to talk about, so speaking of, now we're back on health. Now you actually tell me on, so let's go back to healthcare.
I'm on it. Yep.
So in the 60s, when Medicare was coming up, what did the Republicans say? They said basically they're going to have to ration it. You're not going to be able to get saved. You're not going to be able to get health care. You mean like now when we don't get any health care? So here's what Reagan said: if we don't stop Medicare, and I don't do it, one of these days you and I are going to spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in America when men were free. That's what Reagan said. George H.W. Bush described Medicare in 1964 as socialized medicine. Barry Goldwater, having given your pensioners their medical care in kind, why not food baskets? Why not public housing accommodations? Why not vacation resorts? Why not a ration of cigarettes for those who smoke and of beer for those who drink? That's in 64. Bob Dole in 96, running for president. Dole openly bragged that he was one of the 12 House members who voted against creating Medicare in 65. I was there fighting the fight, voting against Medicare because we knew it wouldn't work in 65. Yet it's the longest running healthcare program in America. So, and what it's done over the years is, let me finish. What it's done over the years, it's giving the elderly have lived longer. It's giving people a better lives, and it continues to do it. Now, again,
that's a more effective workforce if they're healthy and able to go to work and not sick or dead.
Yeah.
Dead's really hard to get.
Even if they're stupid because the Republicans cut education.
Yeah. Dead is really hard to overcome. Can't educate dead. So like I said,
this guy's not learning shit. Unzip the body bag.
The CBO is now estimated 12 to 15 million will lose their health care by 2034. The Medicaid reductions, $911 billion to over $1 trillion from Medicaid in the next 10 years. That'll be the largest cut ever. It's the big stupid bill is imposing work requirements for enrollees.
Wow.
Okay. Reversing Biden era efforts that made enrollment simpler and automatic. It restricts how states can use provider taxes to finance their programs through Medicaid. And it eliminates federal funding for most categories of lawfully present immigrants, such as refugees and asylum seekers, lawfully immigrated people. The ACA is going to have premium hikes, also impact on hospitals. There are,
Closing them.
I looked this up separately
They're closing up
because it said many rural hospitals already operate on thin margins and they survive on their Medicaid reimbursements. Hundreds of rural hospitals, especially in states like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Well, those are
red states.
Yeah, are already seeing closures or are at risk of immediate closure. I went and looked, and a separate thing saying that rural hospitals currently this year are closing at an alarming rate. And actually one in, I looked up California, Glenn County, California, they just lost their only hospital. So now you have people needing to travel.
So let me point one more thing out. What she just said. Again, I'm talking about Republicans killed your education and your easy access to it. They killed you getting a raise. Like a company can now pay you $7.25 if they want to. They have killed your health care and they're now closing hospitals so you will die.
Yes.
The Republicans want you stupid, dead, and broke in that order. Because, by the way,
because who does that truly affect?
what do you mean?
Who do these cuts truly affect? If you think about
poor
it?
People.
Elderly,
poor people.
You know, my dad,
immigrants,
trying to
minorities,
not having that his hospital near him, and being told he needs to travel to
70 miles,
Nashville, which is the first biggest city, or Atlanta, it's 2.5 hours. It's prohibitive for seniors, for kids, for poor people, for brown people. It seems oddly targeted.
So
marginalized.
So college-educated white males seem to be fine in this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about one more thing, because I want, because all you people that continue, all you poor people that continue to vote Republican, you people, you need to know that they want you dead. They're not helping you. So people go, well, yeah, but what about we can't just pay for everybody. Well, what do you want your taxes for then? What do you pay taxes for? Because we did it in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, wait.
Right?
But also we're cutting taxes for the white Republican males.
Oh, right. So $4 trillion. Do you guys know that we've added $2 trillion to the deficit since in 11 months because of this president?
Last time.
So what he did was the big beautiful cut so many trillions of dollars of taxes for people that already have $100 million. That they pay less taxes than a teacher. They pay less taxes than I pay. They pay taxes than you pay. It's like at one point you just go, well, what the fuck am I using my taxes for? To do another $1 trillion fighter plane that doesn't work?
You know, I said we're cutting taxes.
For the rich people, yeah.
For the rich people.
Right.
And simultaneously implementing programs or cutting programs to target the marginalized,
the poor people, right, who don't have a voice.
So that's even going to cause even more disparity.
Right.
Whereas if we simply just taxed the rich people the same tax percentage
that you and I pay,
that everyone pays, then wait, look at that.
That's it right there. On. That's a great America.
Right?
That's when America's great right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So the rich people have to pay a chunk of money, right? Like the same we pay, you know. But Elon Musk had the balls to say something. He goes, I paid $11 billion in taxes last year. I'm like, Dick, you made $500 billion. Tell you what, why don't you just pay 18%? Like, pay 20%. I pay 36%. Why don't you pay 20%? 20% of a 200-300 billion? That should be you should have paid $60 billion. Yeah. And guess what we could have done then? We wouldn't have had to starve fucking people in countries when your Doge guys did it. So, and one more thing. Republicans also came in and starved worldwide. You know what else they did? They killed all our soft power with China. So now China can step in, Russia can step in, Iran can step in. Any of these countries that now want to build bases in these countries where we were saving people. It wasn't because we wanted everybody to eat. We do want that. I like to think that we were a benevolent nation for a long time. But it's also then when we'd send in the crews of guys that fed people, there was one CIA guy. And he was walking around going, what are we doing? How's everything going? Is that guy a bad guy? Let's get that guy. And then he was calling back to the White House going, hey, there's a bad guy. We got a bad guy here. We're going to take him out. What happened? He fell. That's what happens. That's how it works.
Did I talk about...
Now we can't even make a guy fall.
Did I talk about Together California, Christian Bale's project that's opening in January?
Awesome, we need to be more like this.
So, Elon Musk, what was that where he said, come up with a plan to UNICEF. Come up with a plan.
He said, I will feed the world. You come up with a plan.
And they did.
And they came up and it cost $7 or $8 billion. And he told them to fuck off after he told them to do
Christian Bale, because you guys know I'm a CASA, I'm a court-appointed special advocate for foster youth. And so this is a project that Christian Bale has been working on since September of 22. He got a little over a 4.5-acre parcel of land in Palmdale, California, worked with the city, had to get zoning, was in and out of city council meetings and politician meetings, got the support, and it is called Together California, and it is a foster community. It's going to be 12 houses, a community center in the middle, different, I don't know the number of beds it's going to provide for foster youth, but with the whole goal of keeping siblings together, because that's one of our biggest hurdles is that when kids are removed, you can't send, 5 kids to one person. Christian Bale's net worth is $120 million.
And he spent 22 of it.
He spent 22. So he took
Holy
20% of his net worth. He took 1/5 of his net worth. My point is that they are cutting taxes for the rich. When I was responding to you saying if Elon Musk just paid 20%,
right, or
the difference that it could make. I mean, this guy has nowhere near what Elon Musk has.
But he has plenty, right?
He has and that was obviously his mindset. I can give up 1/5 of my net worth, make a massive difference for foster youth, establish a model to be used across the world, and I still have plenty of money left. But instead, you've got Donald Trump and Elon Musk, whose net worth is just skyrocketing.
He made $3 billion. Trump has made $3 billion since he became an office.
Doing nothing with it, and on top of that, we're not taxing them.
He's on track. Elon is on track to be the first trillionaire. Meanwhile,
he is now, isn't he?
No.
Christian Bale is the real Bruce Wayne. That's what Bruce Wayne would actually do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Wow. So when they taxed everybody, when the tax rate was that high, they had the Rockefellers and
JP Morgans and
the JP Morgans. So what happened was they taxed those guys at 80%, right? So what they did was they built libraries and they built hospitals and they universities because that was a write-off then.
It's the common good.
So the common good. And all of us, then they fucking look like heroes.
Yeah.
This group of assholes doesn't even want to do that. Like Elon Musk could be the biggest hero in the world if you want to.
So I just looked it up. I wanted to see when he receives that and becomes, because they voted for the pay package through Tesla. It is a trillionaire pay package.
He has to hit a bunch of levels.
I just wanted to read you the headline that I landed on Fortune magazine. Elon Musk, fresh off securing a $1 trillion pay package, says philanthropy is very hard.
You just give it away, fuckface. How is that hard?
Why don't we call Mackenzie Scott about that? Why don't we call Mackenzie Scott?
Yeah.
Who again?
He said, I agree with love of humanity, and I think we should try to do things that help our fellow human beings. But it's very hard.
No, it's actually not. You right. What is he talking about?
He said it's very difficult to give money away well.
Can we have journalists that push back? And we've got.
No, I think I think this journalist was saying, "You're going to be a trillionaire, and you don't do charitable giving." And he was saying it's very hard. Republican. Then he said it's difficult to give it away well.
Again, can we call Mackenzie Scott?
Then he said it's difficult to give it in a way that it's truly beneficial to people.
Mackenzie Scott got $49 billion. She's given away 19. She has 52 now. She has more. She can't with
his interest. He wouldn't be able to.
You can't.
He could not.
But then again, Republican. What an asshole. Okay, so you have so here's the thing. I sat down. I made a list of stuff that I want to do before I die, and a lot of them is we want to start a thing for dogs and homeless animals. There's things I want to do. What I don't understand is why all these assholes in the Republican Party, not only, listen, you want to keep your money, fine, but you want to keep our tax money. You want to give it to the people that are your friends and rich. So you're taking my tax money, you're giving it to Lockheed, McDonnell Douglas, Raytheon. And by the way, we have more. Isn't our military like 10 times bigger than the next biggest military?
Yeah.
So we have the biggest military in the world, best military in the world. The Pew Research, I think, did a study about what would it cost to get us a single payer healthcare for the whole country. It will save $450 billion a year.
Saves money.
Yet, for some reason, these Republicans, and guys, it's not both sides. I went and I did the research. It is not both sides. The Republicans want you broke, uneducated. They want you unhealthy, and they want you dead. And that, by the way, because Merck, Pfizer, and all these other companies are giving them money to keep you from getting health care. You're going to die bankrupt because you're going to get cancer, and the treatment's going to be $150,000, $250,000. You're going to have to second mortgage your house. And when you die, you're not going to own anything, and your kids are going to have to start over again. The one way the rich stay rich and the one day they stay powerful is making sure that nobody catches up.
Generational wealth.
Yeah, there's nobody, you can't catch up.
Mackenzie Scott is pledged to give away most all of her wealth. She doesn't restrict her gifts when she gives them. She's given $19 billion already to more than 2,500 organizations, veterans, DEI organizations, community support for communities and specific individuals with meager or modest means, meaning just random poor people, disaster relief, and historically Black colleges and universities. Speaking of Mackenzie Scott, she's got great skin. This episode brought to you by One Skin.
She does.
This is another great Christmas gift. This is a great Christmas gift because they have this. One Skin has the set available right now. I think it's called the Nightly Rewind gift set. And it looks so nice. The products are insane. They actually work. They actually do with the OS1 peptide target those senescent dead cells and cause visible signs of reverse aging.
So this, by the way, this thing is a solar panel. This thing is a solar panel, and it does get dry. This stuff is
OS1 face.
OS1 face. I put it on, and I noticed at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I've put it on in the morning. My forehead is dewy. Like,
yes,
I'm like, what is happening?
And it doesn't have perfume and crap like that in it. It's just clean feeling, and
it's the only time I use the word dewy. By the way.
OS1 peptide is the first ingredient. It's actually proven in the lab to target those cells I was talking about, which are the root cause of wrinkles, crepiness, loss of elasticity. And these results have now been validated in 5 different clinical studies. So that's what happens when you get 5 badass PhD women together to start a company. They find this peptide and then they back it with real research. They have OS1 body, OS1 face, eye. They also now have, I told you guys about it last time, the lip. Oh, they have hair. After the podcast ended last week, Shannon actually came to look at the hair that he is now growing because of OS1 hair. And she felt it and she was like, oh my gosh. The OS1 lip, I love it. Comes with a little gua sha thing the lip mask does. So that's in that Nightly Rewind gift set. It's got the face moisturizer, the lip mask, and the gua sha tool. And you can give this to someone as a Christmas gift, and it is the nicest looking, most beneficial gift ever.
You love saying gua sha, by the way.
You say I do, but I feel kind of pretentious. I wish there were another name for it.
She likes it.
I just didn't think they would like it if I didn't say it, but it's. I use it. I gua sha all over this bitch.
See, you get it.
Look at them.
You enjoy it.
For a limited time, you can try One Skin. The body is the shit too. For 15% off using promo code Titus at oneskin.co/Titus. After you purchase, tell them we sent you because they're going to ask. Put in Titus Podcast. It helps support us. 15% off. Promo code Titus at oneskin.co/Titus. There are no other skincare products.
No.
This company is really caught on. Like, it's huge now. I see it all the time online.
That happens to a
But
lot of
there
our
are no other
advertisers.
products that make this level of difference
Right.
without weird side effects. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Clean.
it's
I
just-
noticed
yeah.
whenever I put it on, it's super clean. I want to.
and then I just want to say the last thing you did, I don't know if you mentioned, was medical bankruptcy.
Right. That's what I was talking about. You're gonna die broke.
Yes. We have the highest.
You're gonna die broke, stupid, and poor because of the Republicans. And they tried to kill the ACA 75 times. And I keep hearing that Trump's healthcare plan is coming in 2 weeks, and that's been for 10 years now.
Hey, he has been busy posting on True Social.
That's right.
150 posts in a matter of 2 hours night before
Did you
last.
see that?
What?
He posted
150 times.
Do you know what I think? Okay, because that's manic. Something's wrong. So have you been noticed and when you're having health problems, your body tries to go to sleep to heal you. That's what it does. He's falling asleep literally almost on
in
his
the middle.
feet. He's and so what I think happened was, here's what I think. I thought about this morning. Look, even he knows 150 times in a couple hours is crazy, right? I think he's dying. I think the 2 MRIs, I think he knows he's dying.
I don't know what they were for.
Wait, yeah. And I got 100% on the MRI.
But
He
you don't know
got
what they're for.
extra credit, actually.
By the way, if you do 2 MRIs in 6 months, you get extra
bonus
points.
points.
So I think what happened was, I think he wants to get, also his numbers are horrible. He's like literally one of the
Underwater,
lowest
yeah.
president, 34%
Yeah.
right now. I think he posted all this stuff to get it all out. I think knows he's in deep shit health-wise. He's in deep shit politically. He's in deep shit legally.
This is his legacy.
I think he just wanted to put it all out to try to counter everything at once. The problem is he's so dumb, he didn't realize that if you put 150 out, no one's going to read 5 of them, let alone 150.
But
of
he's
them.
also providing evidence for all the different cases that hopefully he will have someday again, even though they just closed the Atlanta one, the Georgia one. One of the posts, he said that Jack Smith's classified documents case should never become public, even though he's the most transparent president in American history. Jack Smith has been requesting his documents be released. He wants to testify. Trump said, no, did he no.
But you do know that we are at a place now where between the Epstein files, which are still not, they're supposed to be out, 12 days now?
Well, Democrats on the House Oversight Committee have now released a tranche
Gosh.
of photos and video footage Wednesday
Guacamole.
from the from the private island that just came out.
Oh, I saw some pictures.
First time the
creepy.
images from inside the residence have ever been shown publicly.
It's I didn't think about. I saw the pictures and I thought, why is this going to matter? And I thought, oh, it makes it real.
They're letting a little out at a time. No people in any of these photos or videos yet, but the images do give us a glimpse of how opulently he lived with Ghislaine Maxwell and
She wants out of prison. She actually wants out of prison.
people
now.
that they were raping.
So okay,
Children that they were raping.
but I want to go back to this point.
Mhm.
I want to go back to this point. And I want to nail this point down. I want to nail this down to the point. We've now shown you that, and you can't. And if you have evidence that the Democrats destroyed your education, that the Democrats destroyed your health care, that the Democrats kept your pay low and also destroyed unions so you couldn't make money, give it to me, because it doesn't exist. Republicans, since 1947, I can tell so far, have done everything they can to keep the rich and you fucking poor. That's why I'm a Democrat. Because I want everybody to succeed. I want your kids to be the most educated. I want your kid to become a doctor and own a jet. I want your daughter to actually be a scientist, whatever she wants to be. Not working in fucking McDonald's in the drive-thru. Not that that's not a bad job, but you don't have to work there. If you were educated, you wouldn't have to work there.
We own a jet.
It's a child named Jet. It's
the closest
and
we'll ever get.
I would say he doesn't think we own him.
And he's pretty slow.
He's not really.
He's not really.
You guys should go check out these photos from Epstein Island.
Yeah.
There's a room with a dentist chair
And
then
weird faces on the wall. What was that
rubber
about?
men's masks all over the walls.
Sure, that's a
around-
dentist chair,
That's
not
what
an OBGYN
yes,
chair? Okay.
it's very specifically a dental chair with men's masks all over the walls. a chalkboard that the oversight committee redacted, but the words deception and power are definitely legible. Really kind of a creepy little, I guess obviously it was creepy.
It was debauchery.
What did I expect?
It was Debauchery Island. Yeah, exactly. Hey, there's a whole...
I can't believe how creepy the
My
place
God,
is where they
there's
were
a free
frying
food
people
grotto.
to rape them. Yeah.
There's a preschool in here.
There's a Why?
Why is there somebody,
Free education.
a young lady school in here?
Well, I know why there'd be a...
Yeah,
Trump
yeah,
also
yeah.
pardoned...
You
That's what I'm
actually,
saying.
you double-seconded.
He also pardoned a couple people lately. The former Honduran president, Juan Orlando Hernandez.
Who sold 500
45-year sentence for funneling hundreds of tons. Hundreds of
500
tons.
tons
Hundreds
of
of
cocaine.
tons
You know,
of cocaine.
but we're blowing up a guy who's got a bindle in a boat
Yeah.
off the Caribbean. That guy gets destroyed.
Because we got a war on drugs going on there.
Except for the guy we just pardoned that
Hold
sold
on,
500
wait.
million tons
What?
of cocaine.
What?
Yeah, we're pro-life school shooting. Yes, that's the price to pay.
This is
He also just
Republicans.
pardoned that Texas Republicans, representative who was facing federal charges of bribery, unlawful foreign influence, and money laundering after accepting $600,000 from foreign entities.
Republicans. Although Bob Menendez was a Democrat,
Yeah, I'm fine with him going.
but he was also in jail. He didn't get pardoned.
Yeah, he's not pardoned.
He didn't
Exactly.
get pardoned because the Democrats wouldn't.
the whole boats thing. This is like one of their most effective tactics is scapegoating, because they get to blame others and they get to distract at the same time. So if they're like we talked about with trans people or the Mexicans or these boats or something,
They're eating the
it's
pets. They're eating the dogs.
and how off everything, blame Biden every fucking day, 1,000 times a day. It's Biden's fault. So
Yeah,
it's
but the economy now, they say. is
Yeah,
fine.
when does it stop
Yeah,
being Biden's? When does
Yeah.
it
Because
stops.
when Biden was in, was it anything Trump's fault or is,
No. Trump said, "Oh no." When Biden was in and the economy came back, Trump said, "Yeah,
Oh, he
he's
did
still
that?
riding my economy."
Yeah,
He actually said
He
that.
took credit.
He took credit when it was going
we
well.
had no food.
I want to point
I
out.
was
he
staying
also
awake
said-
all night
he
to
also
try and order food.
Yeah. You at 1 o'clock. Ray had a system, so we were so fucked that Ray knew that the new thing on Amazon opened or Costco opened at 1 o'clock. So Ray would be like 3, 2, and she would order
I would
before
have it in
it
my
sold
cart
out.
already and then be waiting to hit, and I would get it.
That's how bad it was. People forget. I don't understand why people forget. Also, inflation at the time, Biden had got it down to 2.7% on his last month. It was 2.7% inflation. Okay, good or bad, whatever you think. Trump keeps saying, we've never had prices lower under me. Except it's 3% now.
Yeah.
It's 3% now under Trump. It's been 3%, it's holding at 3%. Prices not going down. If anything, I was buying some Christmas presents and I was like, why the fuck is this much?
Everything is so much
It's
more.
$40 more because of the tariffs dipshit
Yes.
put on it.
Did I tell you guys that I ordered shoes for my taping and they were supposed to be overnighted and they were coming not from America and Europe somewhere, and they didn't come, and it kept being hung up at FedEx in Tennessee. And a week and a half later, I've been emailing these people and they're European. So it's like, I kindly inform you, madam. It's those kinds of emails. Finally, like the 6th one, I was like, I'm done. I'm stopping payment. I needed these last Saturday. And I get an email back that I saved that says, it's because of the new American president and his administration. They're stuck in customs.
No shit.
We'll
They
refund
finally
you.
said it.
And
Wow,
they
good.
actually did reverse the FedEx shipment and took them back.
They're blowing
They
up our boats.
Yeah, they flat out said it was him, which I thought was pretty funny.
I also want to, I think our news is so bad right now. People aren't really clear about what this blowing up this boats thing. People
Yeah,
aren't
what
really
is it?
clear with what's happening. So here's what's happening.
Okay.
And I saw someone kind of nailed it. Someone did a really long dissertation on Instagram that I really liked. They said, listen, the people in those boats, their families are being threatened. They are not drugged. It's not, they said Pablo Escobar is not in those fucking boats.
Right.
It's some dude they're like, and they're trying to drive those boats to smuggle maybe $1 million worth of drugs into America. Maybe.
Do we
Most
know?
of them die. There's no proof that those
Right.
are drug boats. So let's say it is though. If you see the boats, there's 4 bindles. So let's say that's the drug. So
Right.
that's 2 million, a million, million and a half, whatever it is. They still have to take that little shitty boat and get it there. So of those, they send 100 of those boats out, 4 make it.
Yeah.
All right. So that being said, not a big threat to America. Also, no fentanyl comes out of there at all. Fentanyl's coming from China. So let's be clear about this. When you go and you bomb, because we have ships, you could just pull up. We have the same satellites that are going to find the boats. You could
Right.
pull up and go, put guns on the guy, go, okay, give us the bindles now.
Yeah.
Then guess what you have? You have evidence of drug smuggling. You get those guys and put them in prison. And then we just keep taking them apart. Okay.
Which we've done.
What we're doing is we are against all international law. Any kind of engagement in war is bombing and killing people to the point where even the Republicans are saying, I was watching Newsmax. It just came up. No, it was a clip on, someone posted a clip on Newsmax because even MSNBC was like, guys, here's how fucked up it is. And they showed a clip of Newsmax and the guy in Newsmax goes, no, this is flat out murder. He basically, they had 2 guys on floating wreckage with no threat to anybody. And he said, kill him. And Hegseth, it's so funny. Hegseth a couple weeks ago was like, yep, I watched the whole thing. I sat there, I watched it. We got it. We're going to deal with it. And then it comes up that Hegseth has now committed a war crime and approved a war crime.
I wasn't watching.
He goes, you know what? I saw the first strike and then I went out. I had to go to the bathroom. I got other stuff to do. I'm busy. And
I
then
was busy.
and then Trump goes, well, you know, I don't, I'm sure Pete wouldn't want a second strike. That would not be good. What happened was some lawyer took him aside and went, hey guys, you just violated every fucking international law possible in engagement. And you've now committed war crimes. Republicans, we are now committing war crimes. Yes. The Republican leadership in our country is committing war crimes. They want you broke. They want you hungry. They want you sick. They want you dead. And now they're committing war crimes.
They want you scared.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Fuck that. I'm not. Fuck that. Not these assholes. If I was scared, I wouldn't be talking this much shit. But I will tell you this, people.
I mean you,
if you vote Republican,
in general,
just know you're kicking yourself in the balls. Might as well just go step on a rake.
The
set up 50 rakes.
cruelty is the point.
I don't understand.
When it makes no sense except to be heinously cruel to marginalized people, the cruelty is the point. It scares people. It backs people down. People turn off the news.
Yep. That's happening.
I'm guilty of that now, you know, because I just feel like I can't handle it. Sometimes it's horrible all day, every day.
And I'm sure the people that watch the podcast, and I'm sure I sound crazy because I'm not going to turn it off. Like it's something inspired me knowing my family's been here for 400 years and knowing that I make my living off the freedoms this country provides.
Yeah.
Like without this I couldn't do the shit I do. And even on stage, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And so I love this country with all my heart. And the one thing the Republicans do is they embrace the flag and violate everything it stands for. They embrace pro-life and then watch as 25 kids get shot in a school.
Yep.
What they do is they say that we need to follow the tenets of Jesus. We're Christians. And then they fucking pull all the funding to starve children in schools. Then they actually, Jesus said, welcome the stranger. And then they fucking start disappearing people out of Alligator Alcatraz.
Not just to starve children, but to pull all the programs, all the after school programs,
right.
The CASA programs where these kids get an advocate like
right.
me. It's we have zero funding coming in. It's over for at least 4 years. I mean, he has planted a bomb in the dependency system, in the food assistance programs.
And where did that money go?
To cut taxes for
Zuckerberg, and it went to Musk.
Well, he literally made lump sum payments to them. So yeah,
they've redefined the term free and freedom. In their view, freedom, I'm free to steal from you. I'm free to kill
make you
you
dumb. I'm free to make you dumb.
I'm free to make you sick. I'm free to let companies do whatever they want. So they're for freedom. They're free to fuck you over.
Let's go back to the Jesus thing again. What did Jesus do to people? What was one of the famous things Jesus did? Healed people, right? Mm-hmm. So health.
And fed people.
Jesus, yeah. These motherfuckers claim Jesus, claim Christianity, are literally taking away people's health care, not healing them, so they die. They're actually not feeding them, so they die. So if you can continue to vote Republican, that's on you, man. But again, why don't you just kick yourself in the balls? Just keep doing it. Or let someone else do it, because you're letting the government do it. I'm tired.
He also made 2 fish, but we're blowing up fishing boats.
Well, you've
That's
got
not the
this
same.
whole.
All right, thin thread, but I'll follow it.
Is there anything about loaves of bread in your repertoire?
What about flipping tables?
And all these white men are wearing loafers. Yeah. Trying.
Oh my God. Loafers of bread. I don't know what I was going to say now, but yeah, sure. That
So
loafers of bread really threw
my
me.
point about this podcast was we keep talking about the division in our country, and we keep talking about, like, people treat the division like it's equal. Like one side is fighting for these people, one side's fighting these people, except the Republicans aren't fighting for you at all. The Democrats literally are, whether you think they're weak, weenies, or whatever. AOC, Bernie Sanders, Adam Schiff, they're fighting for right. And I keep watching it over and over again, and I keep getting it both sides. Fuck you, it is.
Yeah.
The fuck you, it is.
They're all bad.
I just showed you historically it's not.
Yeah.
Like I went back to 1947 and showed you the Republicans have tried to fuck you over and over. And the one thing they keep getting is more money. We need to kill Citizens United. If we can kill Citizens United, they'll still find a way to lobby. They'll still find a way.
Do you know how long these Supreme Court justices are going to live?
I know.
Biden should have expanded the Supreme Court.
Yep.
Who gives a shit what they say? They don't care.
Right.
He's literally violating the Constitution every day, and we're not talking about that. We're
Every
talking
day.
about taking a step that has precedence that was done before in order to
Also-
prevent this nightmare.
Also, we have a much more bigger population. It makes total sense to have more people in the Supreme Court, doesn't it? You get a bunch of different opinions. But here's the problem with it. Here's where the Democrats really have a problem. We've got to follow the norms.
Yes.
No, you're supposed to be progressive.
But we did it.
Let's progress. Let's progress, and let's actually expand the Supreme Court so we actually get some rulings that are actually fair. Because I will tell you this, man. We are at a place right now, and the reason I wanted to write this podcast and write this Armageddon update was I'm tired of the minutia of the daily crime, and I want to talk about the overall crime. The macro crime is the Republicans have tried to fuck the American public over since the 40s, at least.
Well, look, it's just being reported that Mike Johnson secretly worked to strip IVF health coverage from the defense bill. It's buried in the bill. And this is one of those things that I'm talking about when it makes no sense.
Just for no reason.
Cruelty and or controlling women's bodies is the point.
Oh, I forgot this one. Why don't you let you talk about this one? Oh, here's the last thing the Republicans did. Half of our population, the better half of our population, I would arguably say the smarter and the most empathetic
The ones
half.
who at least gave birth to the entire population.
There you go. The people who created all of us are literally these fragile white pussies. And I don't mean in the vagina sense. I mean in pusillanimous, cowards. These cowards go after women. Like women can no longer make their own decisions. Really? Guess who didn't do that? The Democrats. Guess who did do it? The Republicans. So I hope I've beat my point to death, because I'm fucking tired. Next time someone says to you, it's both sides, you tell them to go fuck themselves. It's not both sides.
If you want both of your sides to look good, you need to try True Classic. This episode brought to you by
I don't know if that
True Classic.
You're going to have to clean that up a little bit, right?
No,
By the way,
I like both sides to look good.
By the way,
Yeah. Oh, he's in a True Classic shirt. Okay, so they started with a simple mission to bring premium, comfortable clothing to the masses because they didn't think that you should have to pay a designer price tag to look good. So they come up with the best fitting shirt ever. And I think people agree because I think they have like over 25 million shirts sold.
I feel like I worked out.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, all right. I'm a little buff right now.
It's about confidence, baby.
Yeah.
They help you show up every day looking and feeling good.
You can see
right?
my tricep.
Look at
through
this.
the shirt. You can see my tricep.
See? So it's a little more fitted in the arm area and the t-shirts too.
But not so much.
And but
Just-
slightly more room here instead of the opposite box shape that most men's shirts have. They fit where they should.
Yep.
We have washed this a cajillion times and dried it.
I got
Look,
it.
you can see your peckles.
I got it out this morning, and I was like, I'm still surprised at how bright the color is.
It doesn't fade.
Yeah.
They don't fade.
I don't know
They're
why.
like the best quality fabric. Doesn't fade, doesn't lose its shape, doesn't stretch out.
It's a
like
damn good t-shirt.
I feel like True Classic, they're shirts that you could wear to the gym. You could wear it to the office under a jacket.
Or on a
You
podcast.
could wear it on a podcast. You could wear it alone in your apartment.
And feel like somebody's checking out your guns. They're not. Nobody's there. But it feels like your girlfriend is going,
the mirror,
look at
the
your
mirror is
guns.
checking you out.
Ken's like, oh yeah, grab that
You
bicep
feel that?
again.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is that Wyatt?
Weirdo.
Give comfort and give confidence for Christmas. How about that? Give people True Classic. This is another great Christmas gift. I don't know how this worked out.
That's what I'll get Jet.
Oh yeah, we were trying to think of what to give Jet. This is actually a great idea.
Actually a great idea for him.
Because he
Don't worry, Jet, I'll
sometimes
cut
shows
this.
up in shirts that look,
Yeah, they're like a 21-year-old bought them. Yes.
Yeah.
and they like shrink up. Have you noticed some
Yeah.
of his t-shirts
Yeah.
shrink up but stay wide?
Yeah.
So it's sort of a half shirt.
But
We
not-
gotta get this for Jet. You can find them now at Amazon, Target, Costco, and Sam's Club, or you can go to trueclassic.com/Titus to grab the perfect gift for everyone on your list. That's trueclassic.com/Titus.
So, all right. I know I've beat my point to death.
It's
Is
a
there
good
any
point,
good
though.
news? Well, I mean, I'm just tired of the bullshit because the dumb people continue. They get this thing. It's both sides, and that's their answer now. They don't ever go that. Yeah, but my side's also criming.
Yeah.
they just it's not the truth.
Well, they're just parroting. That's what they've been told
Well, yeah,
to
but
say.
Yeah,
Can I just say, if you get an MRI, you know what they're
looking for it.
scanning.
Yeah.
Because when you get an MRI, if you guys haven't had one, whatever body area they are MRIing, they give you some sort of contraption.
There's an apparatus.
There is an external fixator. For example, if it's your burbs, you have to hands over your head, IV if you have contrast order over your head. They then, because women always have it so easily, put your rib cage over a plastic contraption about this high that has two plastic. There's no padding on it. Nope. I don't know why. No padding. 2 holes.
For
You
burbs?
put burb in each hole, arm over, rib cage on plastic fixator, and then they put you in. And also how far they put you in is directly correlated to what they're
looking at.
scanning.
Right.
So I had a scan of my head last. So most of my whole body was out. So that was better for me. Just my head was in. So what I'm saying is, when he says he doesn't know why he's had 2
In
MRIs,
6 months.
he literally said to reporters he has no idea what they were looking at.
But he scored high. He scored high.
When I had one of my abdomen, they gave me a thing to
Yep.
lie over my abdomen. I mean, I'm so tired of the stupidity. I'm so
Yes,
tired
that's
of
it.
it.
On one hand, I believe him. Because he's so stupid
True.
and narcissistic
True.
that I'm sure he's been getting a full body scan because he's just because he's 1,000 and he's overweight and unhealthy.
No. His doctor report just said he's in perfect health.
Yeah. He's 6'4", 230 pounds.
All right,
Go ahead.
Can
You
you just
believe
show us?
that he?
Okay.
I
We should
just
just start calling him
I
Thor.
have something for you guys.
Well, I have an NFT of him.
Yeah.
So my question is, if he knows, listen, but they've accepted. I mean, I listen to them daily. They've literally jumped on the America is stupid bandwagon so hard that they'll tell us fucking anything.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Hegseth yesterday. He just going, I just left the room in the middle of a bombing. You left the room that you saw the first part of it. And when that's enough.
And they're doing it.
And yet we have you on recording a month earlier saying you watched the whole thing and watched those guys getting taken out.
Yeah, no, he's lying.
They have there's no accountability for it. Like we're not our media's not doing it. There's no journalists
Congress
doing
is
it.
not.
Nobody's
Even the Democrats, nobody is.
Exactly.
I keep saying they need to come out every day at 6:00 and go, here's the daily bullshit update, and just go down the list of stupid shit they did.
So Gavin Newsom's office.
Every day, because I tune into it every day. We go, wait.
Yeah.
And you know, Rachel Maddow, they'd grab on and go, hey guys, let's go watch the bullshit update. And they would give you a bullshit update.
And who would that be? That should be maybe Chuck Schumer or
Hakeem
any of
Jeffries.
the leaders
in
in the
response to
AOC.
Trump's perfect health release. Gavin Newsom's, the governor's physician, put out a memo. Do you guys want to hear it?
Oh,
This
man.
actually got released on California stationery and sent out to all the media outlets. It's from Dr. Doolittle for immediate release. As part of Governor Gavin Newsom's annual physical, we conducted advanced imaging of his cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, and neurological health. I'm pleased to report that nothing about the governor's health is merely normal. Governor Newsom remains the healthiest human currently alive or ever recorded in medical history. Cardiovascular scans are the best we've ever recorded. His arteries were described as shimmering, and his resting heart rate was so steady the EKG machine asked if he was meditating or just naturally enlightened. His bone density is exceptional. A radiologist briefly wondered if we'd scanned a redwood. And his brain imaging showed no issues other than an unusually active region associated with intelligence, multitasking, and being wildly productive before sunrise. While we do not typically comment on the health of other elected officials, we are aware of a letter released today from the White House claiming that President Trump is in, quote, excellent health. We'll simply note that Governor Newsom completes full work days without falling asleep in meetings, does not require executive time to lie down and watch TV during work hours, and is and is able to stand upright without looking like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. If a side-by-side health chart, because you know we always side-by-side health chart were released, we recommend redacting it for the president's emotional well-being. Governor Newsom remains the healthiest person alive and ever to live. Please direct follow-up to my office. Respectfully, Dr. Doolittle.
Do you know what's really funny about that is that you're going to see people on the right so angry about that. It's bullshit. Why is he bullshitting? Like,
Yes.
He's not a serious governor.
They don't even understand that he's making fun of the most full of shit person we've ever had in the White House. It's really awesome. That's awesome.
Made me laugh.
That's really awesome. And also, what a great way. And here's how you know it's effective. He doesn't go after him.
He doesn't.
He
It
can't.
is so
He can't.
weird.
But that's what I've said about bullies. All you got to tell a bully is, all right, you want to go? Let's fucking go. The bully will turn and go to the next person.
He
that
kept
won't.
making him look like an ass every time. He
Every
would take his insults
single
and
time.
then make fun of him for the insults. So it became pointless.
It's what a great comic does.
Yes.
Like when you get heckled. Guys, I know today was a little bit hard to listen to, especially if you're a Republican, but I want you to know something. You can do the research yourself. Just start typing in what happened. Why is healthcare? Why don't we have healthcare? Why you just start typing shit in. Look it up. It'll give you the dates when the Republicans tried to kill healthcare. It'll give you the dates when they killed the fucking minimum wage. It'll give you the dates when they wanted to make sure that you didn't have any education, or your kids didn't have any education, or your kids' kids, your grandkids didn't have education. And if you look at it and you fucking lay it out, you won't vote Republican ever again in your life, ever again. So do me a favor, do that, please. Do a little research. And if you do a little research, because I will tell you this, knowledge is the key to winning, period. Now let's go 2 years ago.
and we just gave River his number one biggest fan and a Groucho appearance.
River?
Oh God, his wiener's out.
Gotcha.
Oh God, it's
Gotcha.
out. Oh,
Gotcha.
put it
So-
away.
Yeah.
Titus, your arm is on it. Oh God. Oh, it went in.
It's
Oh, thank
not
God.
out.
No, the whole red thing was out.
No, he's like, Dad got me. I'm not gay.
I don't think River, this isn't that kind of show.
River? Say hi, Poochie. Say hi to River. There you go.
It's like, I don't talk.
Yes,
2
he
years
does.
ago, Biden, boys, talk about still kicking it. Biden and he's got cancer and he's still,
Right.
you know.
Oh, do you see that video of him? He's helping at a soup kitchen, whereas Trump's golfing or limping as Trump like drags his pathetic paralyzed leg to the fucking
Yeah,
third
his
hole.
fucking wobbly
Did you
ass.
see that?
Yeah, what
That
the
was
fuck?
weird. He's had a stroke.
To be fair,
By the
he
way,
thought he was working in
ready?
a bomb factory during World War II. Not soup, but at least he showed up.
Shut up. That's so mean.
Yeah, like a bomber jacket on.
It's like,
I'm here for
Ray-Bans.
supporting for duty.
you can't contribute to the nightmare.
Yeah, I can.
Oh.
Are we in Midway yet?
I'll stir the napalm.
Yeah.
He wasn't around. You guys are assholes. Do you know? By the way, do you know why it's funny? Because you couldn't do that with Trump because the Democrats will laugh at that. But I think Jake Tapper did the same thing. Jake Tapper fucking buried.
Yeah,
Biden.
what
Fucking
he
buried
did
him.
wasn't cool.
What he buried it doesn't do shit about Trump.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious Trump's going down.
I think that you discredit all your arguments if you're unable to acknowledge what is, even if
Biden's
it doesn't
80.
necessarily help you. And
Yeah.
yeah, Biden had some slips. Trump has a lot of freaking slips too, but we don't talk about those.
No,
in the media.
That's the part that makes me mad.
Carry
Go ahead.
on.
2
Trump
years
is
ago.
now the oldest president we've ever had.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. All right, we're getting there. Biden and the First Lady hosted the Kennedy Center recipients at a White House reception. The honorees included Billy Crystal, Renee Fleming, Barry Gibb, Queen Latifah, and Dionne Warwick.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Also, that same day, the Biden administration announced a new rule to cut methane emissions based on a new policy tool that could strengthen its legal authority to cut greenhouse gases. I'm sure that's being
It's already
reversed.
been reversed.
Yeah,
It
that's
already
all
has
reversed.
all of those. Oh, they're allowing talc back into women's makeup that was proven to cause cancer. Do you remember those? Did you or someone you love
Talk about
use
it.
talc?
Yeah.
That's
Let's go
coming
in.
back. All the chemical.
Asbestos
Yeah.
is coming back too. Yep.
Did you realize that, like, how are we going? There's never been a clearer, more specific term about progressive versus conservative, because the con and conservative, we're pro and they're con. And we want to move forward in society. They want to take us back every fucking time.
Yep.
It's crazy to
Yeah.
me. So thanks for wrapping it up so I could still say it
Yeah.
one more
Yeah,
fucking
Jesus
time.
Christ. This is the 8th monologue for this episode. I can just copy one and just put it.
No, you
repeat it.
can't. You leave them all in because that's the whole point. The point is the overwhelm. I did it when I was writing the Armageddon Update. I was like, I kept looking it up, like, am I wrong? And I was like, oh, fuck. And then when I looked up NAFTA, because I was going to blame Clinton for something. I was going to blame a Democrat. Then I looked up Reagan started NAFTA. Reagan did it. And then H.W. Bush continued it. And Clinton just signed it after he put two things to protect us and the environment.
And he was getting it. He was going to sign
They're all
anything.
getting
By the way,
He's
I
getting
thought about
he just got caught.
I thought about this too. I thought, you know what? Clinton did a great job. We had the highest growth. Clinton, like that's his personal bullshit. When it came to his job, he did his job.
I mean, I argue that it was no longer personal when he did it at the Resolute desk in our house.
Yeah, that's a small desk.
So
get in there.
well, it's now in Mar-a-Lago. Did you know that it is sitting in Mar-a-Lago, roped off for people to pay and come see? He moved the Resolute. That is an artifact. He flew it to Mar-a-Lago.
He thinks everything in the White House,
It's
his.
including
Yes.
top secret documents, are
Yes.
his souvenirs.
He thinks the White House is his.
Yes. By the way, for people that asked about Chaplin, because you never get proof of life, he's here. He's just sleeping.
Guys, do me a favor. I'm going to December 16th. I am going to be in Utah.
January 16th.
January 16th.
So you're a
right,
little
January
ahead,
16th.
Tiger.
No, I know it's January 16th. What I want to do is I want people to go get Christmas presents. What a great Christmas present.
Oh,
Night
yeah,
out.
also-
I'm buying you a night out, you know.
There's a bunch of things on sale. Go to the website because we have rebooked Minneapolis Pantages.
for next
Those
year.
are up. Seattle Neptune will be up soon.
There's going to be a
So
whole
just
bunch
go
of
check the dates. Those are great Christmas
a
presents.
whole bunch of theater shows this year, guys, and it's going to be Doomed to Repeat is so good right now, and I have 3 more bits that I'm going to put in it. This show, I've been getting standing ovations consistently. I'm loving this show. Also, with what's going on in the country, I'm really liking this show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, people. For myself, the Lovely Bomb Show, Ray on the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
Give me the one.